public service announcement. 32 degrees Fahrenheit. 32 degrees Fahrenheit is when dogs can get frostbit. Apparently dogs freeze just like everything else in the world. 32 degrees. Water freezes at 32 degrees. People freeze at 32 degrees. And dogs freeze at 32 degrees. If you're cold, they're cold. That's exactly correct. So all you have to have is good science and be able to empathize. If you got good science and you can be able to empathize, just like with humans, frostbite is a dog's natural process where blood is redirected from the body's extremities to vital organs when there is a drop in body temperature. And so it's their nose, it's their ears, it's their paws, their tail. So that's what gets frostbitten. And if you get frostbitten, you know, you can get frosted, right? You could just freeze up. Your whole body could just freeze up at 32 degrees. At 32 degrees. So you have here, all dog breeds are susceptible to getting frostbite. Cold weather breeds like the Siberian Husky or the Alaskan Malamute are less prone to this. Something. So they're going to say something about if you have dogs that are, you know, they have fur and it's got a nice coat, right? It's got a nice warm winter coat, and you see those Alaskan dogs or what have you, you can't, even then you can't have them out in the cold for too long of a time. Why is this taking forever? So, I mean, I guess that's the gist. The gist is, even with dogs that have a nice, furry, warm winter coat, right, it keeps their body warm, but their extremities, their ears, their nose, their tail, their paws are still, so what the hell does that, you know, having a warm winter coat, that's not going to help with the paws and with the tails and with the, so, yeah, there's been too many damn dogs that have frozen to death here. You had 1 dog, 3 puppies, 15 dogs, 5 dogs. If you're cold, they're cold. If it's, especially if it's single temperature, if it's 3 days, single-digit temperatures, I went outside for like 10 seconds, and I'm like, it is freezing. And some motherfuckers think that you could just leave dogs out the whole fucking time, not just for days, not just for 3 days, but weeks, months. So that's not the case. Dogs can freeze to death. They could get frostbitten. 32 degrees is the time. That's when water is frozen. It's when everything gets frozen. That's freezing temperature. 32 degrees is freezing temperature. So don't even chance it, right? 32 degrees is when it is the freezing temperature. So probably 34 degrees maybe if you have outside dogs and it's getting colder and colder. But even then, don't, I mean, what, maybe 35 degrees, maybe 40 degrees? You don't want to play around with it. You don't want to be like, oh, it says 33 degrees, and then it drops 2 degrees, and then, you know, they froze to death. So there you go, 32 degrees Fahrenheit. This is a public service announcement. If you're cold, they're cold. Get your dogs inside when it gets to be, it's not cold yet. But the Farmer's Almanac is reporting a winter blizzard. A winter blizzard. It's coming this winter. So, yeah, there you go. Do not let your dogs freeze to death or get frostbit.